Good afternoon. This is news around the world on Pensioners 106.7 FM, Agbarigo Onireke Ibadan. I am Abiola Ayodele. First, the headlines. Buhari expresses concern over worsening security situation in Libya. United Nations advocates removal of Sudan from list of state terrorism sponsors. Battle between U.S. Democratic presidential hopefuls Pete Buttigieg, Joe Biden hit up. In sport, Bayern Munich nurse ambition to woo Roberto Firmino, Leroy Sané. Now the news in full. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed concern over the lack of tangible progress and the worsening security and humanitarian situation in Libya. Buhari raised this concern at the African Union Peace and Security Council Summit on situations in Libya and the Sahel in Addis Ababa. He said in spite of the best intentions and determined efforts of the Council and the African Union, the devastating impact of the conflict on the Libyan people, neighbors, the Sahel and the Lake Chad regions remains alarming. Buhari reiterated that it has become imperative for all actors to respect the country's hard-won sovereignty and territorial integrity. The presidency has dismissed the assessment of the Buhari administration by the Northern Elders Forum (NEF), describing the forum as an organization that boasts of no credible membership, with its leader similar to a general without troops. The forum had on Sundays called the All Progressives Congress-led federal government low, saying the Buhari-led government appeared helpless in finding solutions to nation security challenges as well as poverty in the country. The forum addressed journalists at the end of the meeting convened by its chairman, Professor Ango Abdullahi. But presidential spokesman Mr. Femi Adesina, while featuring on a televised program, expressed reservations for the NEF's verdict on the Buhari administration, saying Abdullahi had again shown his dislike for the president.
Elders took a position before the elections last year, and their position was against President Muhammadu Buhari, and they supported the candidate of the People's Democratic Party. Now, what else can they say? They are opposition. So if they are opposition, they will not see good things in the presidency of Muhammadu Buhari. And another thing about this Northern Elders Forum, it goes under the name of a forum, but the man that signed the statement, Professor Ango Abdullahi, the former vice chancellor of Ahmadu Bello University, take him out of that forum and you can hardly point at anybody else. That's why in our official reaction to that statement, we said it's a general without troops.
Presidential spokesman Femi Adesina reacting to the position by the Northern Elders Forum that the Buhari-led government has failed. The Minister of Health, Professor Osage Ihanire, has said that Lagos State, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, is well prepared and ready to contain coronavirus infectious disease. Ihanire gave this assurance while briefing journalists after inspecting facilities at the Emergency Response Readiness designated for the coronavirus victims at the Mainland Hospital, Yaba, in Lagos. He also inspected the State Biobank located inside the Mainland Hospital, while he lauded the state government for deploying additional 30 health personnel to assist with surveillance at the port entry. Ihanire added that the federal government would continue to collaborate with the state on knowledge sharing and support team. This is Pensioners 106.7 FM. Let's now talk some pension and labor stories around the world. The Nigerian Labour Congress in Niger State has suspended the indefinite strike it embarked upon 5 days ago. The suspension of the strike follows an agreement between organized labor and the state government on immediate implementation of the new minimum wage of 30,000 naira and the consequential adjustment of salaries of civil servants. The chairman of the state NLC, Comrade Yakubu Garba, while speaking, said the state government has also agreed to pay 2-month arrears months on the new minimum wage to state workers and 3 months to local government staff in March. He also said government has agreed to release 20% of the monthly internally generated revenue to address the liabilities accrued on the 7.5% contributory pension scheme. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, in Ilorin raised fresh plots by the federal government to trample upon the rights of its members across the nation's universities, thereby tearing down tertiary education in Nigeria. The University of Ilorin branch of the union, which had excluded itself from the activities of the national body for about 20 years, was said to have expressed its determination to join forces with the national body to fight the federal government over the current crisis. The Ibadan zonal chairman of the union, Dr. Ade Adejumo, who dropped the hint in Ilorin while offering members information and sensitizing them on possible strike, told members of ASU that the federal government has directed the head of service of the federation, Dr. Folashade Esson, to set up 11-member committee to review the rights and delusion of ranks of academics in the nation's university. A new analysis has said savers in the United Kingdom hoping to use new pension dashboard services to track their retirement savings will only be able to see 6 out of 10 accounts due to poor data quality. Dashboard services are expected to be launched in the United Kingdom later this year, giving savers the ability to see all their pension pots and their combined value in one online hub for the first time. A new analysis suggests they will offer a disappointing experience for early users due to providers not getting their data ready on time. South Korea's biggest pension fund may be set to make its voice heard at dozens of companies, including such heavyweights as Samsung Electronics Company. National Pension Service, which manages $610 billion, has changed its officially listed purpose for holding shares in 56 companies to general investing from non-engagement investing, according to data from regulatory filings. The changes come after Korean regulators relaxed rules last September to make it easier for public pension funds to exercise shareholder rights more actively. It also follows investor calls for Korean authorities to take steps to prevent listed companies from treating minority shareholders unfairly. You're still on to Pensioners 106.7 FM Ibadan. Now to other stories. The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has told African leaders that it is time to remove Sudan from the list of state sponsors of terrorism. Speaking during the annual African Union Summit in Addis Ababa, Guterres said the United Nations would speed up international support that would enable the country to overcome its challenges. Sudan is being welcomed back into the international fold following the toppling last year of the former president Omar al-Bashir. According to reports, the point of focus by the leaders at the summit would be African-led peace efforts to end the civil war in Libya, while they will also consider how to tackle worsening militant insurgencies across Africa. The body of Kenya's former president, Daniel Arap Moi, has arrived in the country's parliament buildings for the final day of public viewing. President Uhuru Kenyatta and former President Mwai Kibaki, with thousands of mourners, have viewed the body of the former president. Funeral service is scheduled for Tuesday at the Nyayo Stadium in the capital city, Nairobi. The battle between United States Democratic presidential hopefuls Pete Buttigieg and Joe Biden has heated up following the chaos of last week's Iowa caucus. The two candidates have reportedly continued to attack each other's record. Their interviews came after Joe Biden shared a video mocking Pete Buttigieg's record as mayor of South Bend, Indiana. Sydney has been hit by its heaviest rain in 30 years, bringing widespread flooding but also putting out two massive bushfires in New South Wales. In New South Wales, NSW, Australia's weather agency said 391.6 millimeters of rain had fallen in the past 4 days in Sydney, more than 3 times the average rainfall for February. According to officials, about 100,000 homes were said to be without power, and residents warned that flash flood, which they said could be life-threatening. The NSW Rural Fire Services RFS said the rains had put out more than 30 fires over the weekend, calling it the most positive news. The number of people killed by the new coronavirus has risen by 97, having the highest number of casualties in a day. According to a report, the total number of deaths in China now amount to 908, while the number of newly infected people per day has stabilized. Across China, 40,171 people are reportedly infected, while 187,518 are under medical observation. Meanwhile, World Health Organization WHO has sent a team of experts to Beijing to help investigate the new virus. This is Pensioners 106.7 FM. We'll go to Adeshola Aderonke with entertainment and sport news. Please don't go nowhere. Stay with us.
Entertainment. Netflix headed into the 92nd Oscars with 24 nominations, the most of any studio, expecting to dominate award season biggest night the same way it has dominated the entertainment industry. Instead, Netflix walked away with practically naught. Netflix night may not have gone as planned, but the movie Parasite's director Bong Joon-ho did. The director and his team walked away with a number of major awards, including Best Picture, Best Screenplay, Best International Feature Film, and Best Director. Brad Pitt, Taika Waititi, Renée Zellweger, and Lara Dern continued their season of award winnings, taking home respective prizes for Best Supporting Actor, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Actress, and Best Supporting Actress, respectively. And now to sports. Bayern Munich are said to be plotting ambitious moves to snap up Liverpool forward Roberto Firmino and Manchester City winger Leroy Sane as they look to begin a new era of dominance in the Bundesliga. Liverpool were reportedly looking to land RB Leipzig striker Timo Werner, leaving Firmino facing increased competition for playing time at Anfield. According to the report, Bayern said that deal as a key opportunity to tempt the Brazilian with a move to the Allianz Arena. Bayern manager Hansi Flick is said to be ready for a £75 million bid for the Liverpool ace after identifying him as his top transfer target, while the German side are also still new on signing long-time targeting after last summer overtures failed to result in a deal. That's all on entertainment and sports. Back to Abiola Ayodele for the rest of the bulletin. I am Adiroke Adeshola.
Thank you so much, Aderonke. And to end the news around the world, here is a recap of the main stories. President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed concern over the worsening security situation in Libya. The United Nations has advocated the removal of Sudan from the list of state terrorism sponsors. The battle between United States Democratic presidential hopefuls Pete Buttigieg and Joe Biden appears to be heating up. And in sport, Bayern Munich are nursing the ambition to woo Liverpool's Roberto Firmino and Manchester City's Leroy Sané to boost their squad. For any information, reach us on this mobile number 0802-237-3535 or 0812-188-9462 or visit us at Pensioners House at Barigo Onireke Ibadan. The news editor is Michael Adeyemo. On behalf of the production crew, I am Abiola Ayodele. Good afternoon. Looking for that radio station that will serve you better.
Best of sports, entertainment, you go know we be master.
Information.